She was only 17, beautiful, smart, full of life. But one evening, she never came home. What happened next is almost too horrific to believe. 44 days of torture, a life destroyed by monsters, and justice never truly served. This is not just a story. This is a nightmare that Japan can never forget. 44 Days of Hell, the Junko Furuta story. On the evening of November 25th, 1988, Junko left her part-time job. She was heading home, unaware that 4 teenagers were stalking her. Hiroshi Miyano, a classmate, was one of them. He pretended to be friendly and offered to walk her home, but instead he led her straight into a trap. Junko was kidnapped, taken to a house where no one would hear her scream. For the next 44 days, Junko lived through pain we can barely describe. She was kept in Minato's house, a home where the parents knew and did nothing. Every single day, Junko was raped, beaten, burned, and humiliated. She was made to sleep on a balcony in winter. She was denied food, beaten with iron rods, molten wax dripped on her skin, her body shattered, her spirit tortured. In early December, as punishment for an escape attempt, the group repeatedly punched Furuta in the face, and Miyano burned her ankles with a lighter. They forced Furuta to dance to music while naked, masturbate in front of them, and stand on the balcony in the middle of the night with little clothing and inserted objects into her vagina and penis, including a metal rod and a bottle. They also forced her to drink large amounts of alcohol, milk, and water, smoke 2 cigarettes at once, and inhale paint thinner fumes. In one attack in the middle of the month, Furuta was beaten by the group on the pretext that Miyano had stepped on a puddle of her urine, after which he burned her thighs and hands several times with lighter fluid. From around this time, Furuta, unable to bear the repeated assaults, would sometimes plead to be killed by her captors. Due to her injuries, she had become unable to walk to the downstairs toilet and was confined to the room's floor in a state of extreme weakness. Her appearance had been altered by the beatings, with her face becoming swollen to the point of unrecognizability, and her wounds had started to emit a foul odor. But Junko fought to stay alive, hoping someone would come. On January 4th, 1989, she could no longer survive. The boys beat her with weights and set her on fire one final time. After losing money in a game of mahjong the night before, Miyano decided to take his anger out on Furuta. He ignited a candle and dripped hot wax on her face, placed 2 shortened candles on her eyelids, and forced her to drink her own urine. Furuta was lifted and kicked, fell onto a stereo unit, and began a fit of convulsions. To prevent them from being stained with blood, the group covered their hands in plastic bags before beating her with their fists and an iron exercise ball, and dropped the ball on her abdomen several times. Miyano poured lighter fluid on Furuta and set her on fire. She made weak attempts to put herself out, but soon stopped moving. When she died, they stuffed her body in a 55-gallon drum, filled it with concrete, and dumped it under a highway. Eventually, the police arrested the boys by accident. During another investigation, one of them broke under pressure and confessed to something much darker. Junko's body was found. Her killers were tried, but because they were minors, they received light sentences. Less than 20 years for a crime beyond human understanding. Most of them are free today, some reoffended. None ever expressed true remorse. Junko Furuta never got justice, but her name lives on, as a symbol of what happens when society turns its back. She is remembered as the concrete-encased high school girl, but we must remember her as more than a victim. She was a daughter, a friend, a life full of dreams. Let her story remind us to speak up for the voiceless, to protect the innocent, and to never forget Junko Furuta. Rest in peace, Junko. May your story never be silenced.